Jeff Bidwell, WPSD. Coach, what I guess jumps out to you as the most impressive thing about what you've seen on tape from Murray this year?
Well, they won 20 games in a row. You know, this is a really team that has a great understanding of how to win. It's in their DNA a little bit. You know, the program. It's a great program. You know, they have three really talented kids. You know, Juice Hill, a really talented guard, a guy that can score from all levels, really explosive player. Obviously, Tevin Brown can shoot the laces off the ball. You know, one of the best scorers all time in the OVC. A guy that we're going to have to be aware of at all times where he is on the floor. They run a lot of good actions to try to get him open, catch and shoot threes. And their big fella, KJ Williams, is a really impressive player. Reminds me a little bit of the guy, Orlando Robinson, that we played earlier in the year from Fresno State. Just a big guy that can score inside and out, likes to play faced up, but can score with his back to the basket. And really a good three-point shooter when he has time. So those three guys specifically, they have a bunch of really good players, but those are the three guys that popped out to me.
Let's go here to the middle.
Connor Letourneau, San Francisco Chronicle. Todd, obviously with success, there's going to come interest from other programs. Your name has surfaced in as a possibility for a few openings this week. How do you handle that? You know, when you're preparing for the most important game of your career?
Yeah, honestly, it's I'm really focused on trying to get a win tomorrow night, and so you know those conversations and worrying about those things is just not something that's on my radar right now. I want to do the best I can to make sure I give my student athletes the best chance to be successful tomorrow night. Grateful to be the head coach of USF.
Again, for those of you on Zoom, hit the raise hand function, and we'll try to get to your question as soon as possible. Another question from the media here in Indianapolis for Coach Golden. Right here, let's go to Sports Illustrated here in front.
Yeah, hi, Coach. Kevin Sweeney from Sports Illustrated. Can you speak to the value in having a fifth-year senior point guard like Jamari in a moment like this? Obviously, he's never played an NCAA tournament, but you know, the experiences he's been through on the court, how it translates to March Madness.
Yeah, I mean, he's just an amazing player. You know, he's an incredible human being, but just to have someone as talented and as experienced as he is to lead us as he has throughout the season, I'm going to put Khalil in that group as well because he's been with us for 4 years now and has a great understanding of our program, what we like to do. You know, JB and Khalil are the type of guards that give you confidence to go up and match up against anybody in the country. You know, they're one of the best backcourts in the country. They've proven that all year long. And so, you know, I think if you look back at some teams that have made runs in March, whether it's from, you know, lower mid-major conferences, generally they have really good guard play, experienced guard play. And I think both those guys fit the bill. And I expect them to play really well tomorrow night.
Next question for Coach Golden. Let's go to our Zoom. I know Anthony Flores from NBC Bay Area. Looks like he's got a question. Anthony, you're unmuted. You go right ahead.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on reaching the NCAA tournament. Just was wondering, I heard you say that you're going to prepare for this game the way you did the first game of the regular season, but was wondering, I don't know, are you going to do anything? Is there a movie you're going to watch to kind of help the butterflies tonight so make sure everyone sleeps right?
No. It's one of the great things about our group. You know, we have an old, mature team, and they've done a really good job all year, regardless of whether we're playing home, road, or neutral, of being really consistent in their preparation. And we know it's at stake. You know, this is a great opportunity for us. And, you know, the thing that we're trying to do is enjoy the moment, you know, not let ourselves obviously we want to win tomorrow at all costs, but we're not going to miss this moment and, you know, when we get home, be like, oh, man, you know, we took it for granted. So we're trying to enjoy each other's time, enjoy being in each other's presence as much as possible, continue to prepare the same way. It's something that we enjoy doing both as a staff and as a team. And, you know, I think tomorrow's going to be a long day. We don't play till 9:40 at night, so we'll have some time to watch some movies tomorrow. But, no, we'll be ready to go.
Let's go back to on-site before we go back to Zoom. Please go ahead.
Connor Letourneau, San Francisco Chronicle. Todd, has there been a moment where you've just kind of found yourself reflecting on the version of yourself that was selling ads for Comcast Sportsnet and, you know, wasn't even in coaching, and, like, could that version of yourself could have anticipated something like this, especially at such a young age?
It's a great question. You know, that experience working in the business world for a couple years, what it really did was open my eyes to the fact that that wasn't the world for me. And, you know, getting back into basketball, being a part of a team, being able to coach, it makes me go. It makes me tick. And, you know, looking on Sunday, sitting there and seeing our name come across the screen was a really surreal moment. That was a little bit of the cherry on top in regards to the start of my coaching career.
Let's go back to Zoom. Kylan Mills with your question for Coach. Go right ahead.
Coach. Kylan with Cron 4. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
You mentioned on Sunday that your staff would be up burning the midnight oil, trying to do some research. Just how challenging has it been to come up with a game plan in a matter of 3 days for a team you're totally unfamiliar with?
You know what? It's a lot easier nowadays as it probably was 15, 20 years ago because we have such quick access to film, to stats, to data. Honestly, by the time midnight rolled around on Sunday, we felt like we had a pretty good feel for these guys. And we've seen them a lot. They're on TV a good amount, watched them play in their conference tournament. And, now it's Wednesday afternoon, and all we've been doing besides practicing with our guys is watching film on Murray. So I feel like I could name every guy on their roster and their tendencies and what they want to do. But it's a fun opportunity to really dive in and see just how well you can prepare. And we'll have some different things that we'll do tomorrow to try to keep them off balance a little bit. But, it's a good kind of poker game to play going into this first round game.
Let's go back up front. Go ahead.
I know you mentioned the late tip. Like, what does the day look like when you're staring down an NCAA tournament game at 9:30 at night or whatever it is?
We're not going to wake up till about noon tomorrow. We're just trying to stay on West Coast time right now. It's funny, but I'm kind of being serious. Like, we let our guys sleep in today. Tomorrow we don't play till 9:40. I'm going to let them sleep until 11:30. We'll just start our day later. And we've been able to kind of stay on this West Coast time, which hopefully will be a benefit to us. I'll tell you after the game tomorrow night if it was or not. But it'll be a long day tomorrow. Usually we keep it pretty light on game day, but we'll try to get out of the hotel once or twice to make sure we're just not kind of fogged down and just sitting around all day. But 9:40 is late, man. It's unique. I'm interested to see how it goes.
Let's go back to our Zoom. Let's go to Patrick Waring. Patrick, go ahead with your question for Coach Golden.
Hey, Coach. Patrick Waring from the MBS Sports Hour. How would you describe your team and your style to someone who may not be familiar with you?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think, first of all, like I said earlier, we have an incredibly old and mature team. And that's really a big reason as to why we've been able to be successful. Just a lot of mature guys who are unselfish, that are willing to put the team in front of themselves. And that speaks for everybody on our team. We have 17 guys on our roster. They've all been great that way. From an actual basketball perspective, it starts with our backcourt. JB and Khalil have led us and been phenomenal all year. And, when you have two guys like that, you have a chance to be super explosive and really achieve some really good results. And they've done that all year. Yayan Masowski, who unfortunately won't play for us tomorrow night, he had re-injured his knee in practice on Monday. Really feel terrible for him because he's been such a big part of our team all year, and without him, we wouldn't be here. But other guys will have to step up. We have really a great depth on the front line, and that's something that has shown up for us a lot this year. Guys like Patrick Tape, Josh Kuhn, and Vova Markovetsky's been playing great lately. He's a guy that I anticipate will step up and play really well tomorrow night. Zane Meeks is another guy that's going to play well. But we're deep, we're old, we're physical, we're big, and we shoot it well. I think we're just a really well-rounded, mature team, and I think the 24 wins speaks to that.
Let's go back to Zoom. Anthony Flores, NBC Bay Area. Anthony, go ahead.
Coach, when you play in a conference where you play the #1 team in the nation 3 times, nationally ranked St. Mary's a couple times, how well do you feel like that's prepared you for what you guys, the type of basketball you're going to encounter now in the tournament?
Well, yeah, first of all, the league, I can't say enough about the league. I played in this league back when it was 8 teams, no BYU, and it's by far the best it's ever been. I think the top half of our league challenges most high major leagues in America. Getting 3 teams in, BYU was close. I think Santa Clara is a tournament team if they're healthy all year. The depth of the WCC it's just so much better than it's been in the past. And I think people across the country are yet to really understand that if you don't watch it as consistently as we do. But on top of that, we played 18 games out of our 33 against top 100 opponents. And so we've had a really, really tough, challenging schedule. And I think those games, both out of conference teams like Davidson, UAB, Towson, Fresno, all these teams, along with the top of our league, have prepared us for a team like Murray tomorrow night.
Any further questions for Coach Golden? All right, with that, we'll let you go enjoy the rest of your day, Coach. Congratulations on a fantastic season, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
And that concludes our day.